Okay, this should be simple. I've sent him an invite. It should just pop up on his screen. We are gonna cross our fingers, hold our breath. Did we do it?
You say to turn the video on.
Yes. Let's see. I will send him a request.
This ain't Texas. Thank you.
We'll make this happen.
Hello?
Can you hear us, Stephen?
I can hear you. Can you see me?
Not yet. Here, I'm going to see if I can send you. You can invite to turn on their camera in 46 seconds. If you, Evie, can you tell me if you tap on yourself? Oh, we have a Stephen Stohn. We did it.
That was so easy.
I'm so sorry I didn't tell you that it was on a cell phone.
Great. Well, and then logging in, I had from Gabby, I had to get the email address. Then when I put in the email address, TikTok had to verify the email address and send a code to Gabby, and she had to call me. And
wow. Well, now you know why Gen Z is so stressed all the time.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, Stephen. Also, Evie wanted to say hi since she was our filler.
Hi, Evie.
I'm hopping off now, but I just wanted to say hi. I was helping fill in the gaps while we were figuring out technical difficulties. But
well, great. And Evie, while you're here, I just want to show you. We don't have the lights on here. Let's see if I can get them on. This is our cat Rocky.
You knew I would
love your Rocky emojis, yes.
And Natasha.
You knew I would want to see the cats.
So they're here with us.
Thank you so much for showing me the cats.
Okay.
All right, I will hop off now and let you guys have your moment.
Bye, Evie. Thank you for hosting. Perfect, Stephen. Welcome. So sorry. Thank you for going with the flow to make this happen. We really, really appreciate it.
It was my heart was racing because I could hear you and I could see you and I could hear you saying, "Oh no, we're just having a few technical difficulties. Please stand by." And I'm going, I don't know why there's no invite. There's nothing on the screen. And why doesn't TikTok allow people to watch things on the computer?
You would think so. If it makes you feel any better, one night I had posted this whole thing about I was going to have Degrassi fans come on. We were going to spend all night talking to Degrassi fans, and I didn't even know how to make someone come on as a guest, and I had committed to that. So the whole live ended up just being me by myself. So we've all been here. We've all been here.
Hey,
this is going to mean that this is your very first TikTok live stream.
It's a very first TikTok live stream, and I am on TikTok, but under my own name. Mm-hmm. And I get sucked into it. A cat video will do it for me every time.
I love that.
Things about baseball, and I see a bunch of the things that you do.
Yeah. Oh, you see Degrassi TikToks? Do you ever see the what they call thirst traps for Monroe Chambers for Eli? Do those ever come up?
No, I haven't seen that.
Well, now that we've talked about it and your phone hears it, I'm sure they'll fly by.
Great.
Well, Stephen, we're excited to welcome you. We did a few things to make this night special. I'm going to ask my subscribers, do you have our Stephen Stohn emojis that we made for tonight? We made emojis of you and Linda. We have a holiday Stephen emoji. We have a Rocky emoji. I know my supervisor there we go. They're flying through the chat now. We have a little Rocky emoji for tonight just to welcome you. And you'll notice it's flying by, but we'll see the Opus. I put all next to our subscribers. I could put a 4-letter word, so I put Opus for your new album.
Oh, thank you.
So exciting. All right, let's get started on our event, Stephen. I know the first thing we are here to talk about, hey, you're getting the TikTok live experience. We're here to talk about your album, but I know there are Degrassi fans in chat who are going to have some Degrassi questions. Are you cool answering some questions first?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. And in fact, I've got a little bit of a story for you, but ask a couple of questions.
Oh, I like that. Okay, chat, now is your chance. You can ask the executive producer of Degrassi whatever you would like, and we will ask it.
The little story that I was going to tell you sort of ties in with Opus and this new music, but it has to do with the Degrassi theme song. And I don't think I've ever talked about exactly how we wrote the Degrassi theme song. It was my friends Jody Calero and Jim McGraw and myself. And there was a whole bunch of people who, were wanting to write the theme, and we listened to various things, and it didn't seem to be working. So, but one day, the three of us were sitting down, okay, pedal to the metal. We've got to come up with something. Mm-hmm. And I said, listen, I've been really noodling about something. I've got this idea. And the reason I'm telling this is the idea I came up with was the stupidest idea in the world.
Those are
But
the
I
best
just want to encourage people, everyone, to come up with stupid ideas. So the idea was this. There is a Beach Boys song that would have come out in about, and I love the Beach Boys, as you can tell from Opus and the new music. I love the Beach Boys. There was a Beach Boys song called Be True to Your School, which came out in probably about 1965. So you can Google it and listen to it. And it's a catchy little number. But in the background, they have cheerleaders going, you know, rah, 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 sis, boom, ba, and push them back, way back. And I said, wouldn't it be cool to have Degrassi cheerleaders behind a theme song of some sort? And they said, well, okay, well, we can try that. And we tried it. And we tried to come up with some lyrics, and it had to do with school and school spirit. And it absolutely did not work. But it led to another idea, because I think it was Jody who said, listen, this cheerleader thing isn't working. How about how about a school choir? And then we talked about it, and so we thought, okay, yeah, well, we could actually have the school choir being the singer, not just a singer and then the cheerleaders behind, but singing. Yeah. Okay, and then what would they be saying? Well, then I think it was Jim who said, well, you know, the themes of Degrassi are things like you are not alone and you have choice, but every choice has a consequence. And I said, well, we can't really be that direct. I mean, a song called You Have Choice might work or may not. But how about, you know, whatever it is you choose, it's going to be okay. You're going to make it through. And of course, that then led to Whatever It Takes.
The Degrassi theme song. And now that is something that people all over the world have tattooed on them as lyrics.
I know. I love when I sing the tattoos.
But do you have any tattoos? I'm going to think no.
No, I don't have tattoos. And I will not have tattoos. I'm not going to have Degrassi Kid tattooed on my leg or anything.
I know. I think I have 6 Degrassi tattoos, and I'm itching for another one. We'll make it happen.
Yeah. But the segue to this story is, first of all, the Beach Boys are a bit of a segue. But the segue is when I was writing the opus, which, as you know, came from a series of dreams I had about 18 months ago. Yeah. And stringing these little dream fragments, about 20 of them, we ended up using about 8 of them, in a song that I call a song that should never have been written, because it's 9 minutes long. At one point it was 14 minutes. It changes time signature, it changes key, it does things that pop songs should not do.
Yeah.
And so it's the stupidest possible idea for a song. But you've got to start somewhere. So take your stupid ideas and don't worry about them. Just start going forward. And the worst thing that happens is they don't go anywhere.
I know.
But the best thing that happens is they do go somewhere.
Exactly. One thing that I think you said this one time about how if you have an idea that doesn't succeed, nobody's seen it. Nobody even knows that you have
That's right. Well, that's particularly true in the entertainment world. If you've got something that flops, yeah, that's fine. In the entertainment world, when it flops, it means nobody saw it. So
that's how I feel whenever some of my TikTok videos will get like 500,000 views, and some of them will get like 1,200 views, and I'm like, nobody knows that one didn't get 500.
That's right.
One question that came in from Chelsea, she is a fan of Will Bowes, and we know Will Bowes because he played Thomas, Zane's kind of like boyfriend in the art gallery episode. And as I know, you're working with him. So Chelsea's question was, how did you first get connected with Will Bowes? How did it lead to your guys working together now?
Well, Will Bowes, I forget how we first got connected, but he was doing...
He'll come back. He'll come back. There we go.
No, a call came in that I've just canceled. Will Bowes was doing social media for us back in the early days before social media was social media. And he was editing things and helping with the webinars and doing things. And then we needed a Thomas. And he said, oh, I could do that.
You're pulling bubblegum.
So we've known Will for a long while, and I actually have some news. I know I'm going all over the place here.
No, this is okay. This is what we're here for.
It's just showing that Will does amazing things. First of all, he's been directing a whole bunch of things, and he's got a feature film that he's going to be working on and producing and directing that he'll be doing next summer. But in the meantime, he and Linda have been going into a homeless encampment near our farm in Cobourg, Ontario, and interviewing residents in the homeless encampment. I think the proper term is the unhoused encampment, and wanting to tell their story and then tell the story of the neighbors around. And then she's been interviewing with Will doing the camera, like the mayor of Cobourg and other things, trying to show the human story behind these, and particularly in wintertime, your heart goes out to them.
Yeah.
Behind all these people in the encampment, and Will is the cameraman, so he does everything.
Oh my God, that is incredible, and so good to know too what Linda's up to, and she's still telling stories and connecting with people. That's incredible.
Yeah.
For Will, a lot of Degrassi questions are coming in. The number one that I'm seeing is Val's has asked, probably the question I think you might get asked a lot: if you could rewrite Degrassi to have Sean and Emma end up together, would you do it?
Well, I would, but let me answer a different question. If they're going to be together, how would that story work out? And I'm going to reveal a plot line for a script that never got shot, that I still think should be shot. And if Linda and I were bringing back Degrassi, and it won't be us, when Degrassi comes back, the most will be as consultants. But Michael Grassi and Ramona Barkert wrote a script that I thought was brilliant. And in it, there were some storylines about the Degrassi characters that you know and love. There were about 8 different storylines. It would have been like a 90-minute or a 2-hour show, a special to kick it off. And like the special that kicked us off in 2001 with Degrassi: The Next Generation, it would have a lot of the characters that we already know, but would introduce a phalanx of new characters. So one of the storylines was Emma and Spinner, and they had a child. And the child, I'm not remembering the child's name because I read the script. This was a number of years ago we did it. And the child was deaf. And I just thought it was a brilliant storyline. They loved the child, and it was a happy family, but it was difficult because the child was deaf.
Yeah.
But they were sort of carrying on. Then Sean did come back, and there was a little bit of a fling between Emma and Sean, but in the end, with the child who loved Spinner, loved his father and everything, it turned out that Emma and Spinner actually were, I'm actually tearing up now, actually were meant for each other. And Sean realizes that and goes off on his motorcycle. So that was one of the stories. Isn't that a nice story?
Oh my God. That would make that storyline feel so heartwarming and so good.
Yeah.
The chat wants to know, okay, how do we make it happen?
I know.
That's so cool. Yeah, because I always thought it would be really cool if Degrassi did come back, that to continue the storyline and have it be Sean and Spinner's, or Sean and Spinner. Oh, well, that would be great. I think the fans would love that.
Yes. Well, yes. Now we finally find out that in fact they're bisexual. They have this wonderful affair.
You heard it here first. That 100% confirmed. Shaw or Emma and Spinner. I always thought it would be cool, and then my thought was that it would be cool if they did something. Shout out to that's Nicholas, he's my main moderator, sending you bubble gums. If they had a child who was adopted because Spinner had his testicular cancer storyline, so I thought it would be cool if they continued on and but not necessarily a direct relation. But I love that representation of having a deaf swing. Yeah. That is so cool. Okay, chat, we're going to ask a few more questions to Steven, and then we're also going to ask here about his album. I'll take one more question from chat. Oh, I
really like this one. I love my hairstyle.
Oh, yeah. I had there's someone, Amber, I don't think she's in chat tonight, but she's always wanted to know if you've ever gotten to meet anyone from the Beatles.
Sorry, and if I ever got any?
To meet anyone from the Beatles. No,
my friend Christopher Ward did. And he and I wrote lyrics back in the day, and including he helped out a little bit on this current music, doing lyrics. And he interviewed Paul McCartney. It was one of the highlights of his life.
Oh yeah, because he was a Much Music VJ. Was it on Much Music?
Exactly. Yeah.
That is so
and I will say, the 3 top concerts of my life, and I'm going to ask you what your top concert has been. The very first concert I ever saw in my life was the Beatles. The second, and this is not in any order, this is in chronological order, not necessarily in order of the best or whatever. These 3 are tied because they're different in many ways. The second was a thing called the Rock and Roll Revival in Toronto. And it was a whole bunch of acts from the beginning of rock and roll, like, Chuck Berry and Jerry Lee Lewis and all that, leading up to Alice Cooper, where he bit the head off a chicken, and Chicago Transit Authority, as they were called back then. But while we were at the concert, it was an open air concert, it suddenly announced a surprise guest was on a plane from London, was John Lennon. And he arrived at about 10 o'clock at night. I'd been there from 10 in the morning with Christopher, and we saw these amazing acts. John Lennon came on, performed. For 17 minutes, Yoko performed, and it was one of the worst 17 minutes of my life. She was just screaming. Then he came back, did some songs, including a song they'd written on the plane coming in. I think it was called Cold Turkey. And then John stepped up to the microphone and said, "Thank you. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you so much. Please welcome Jim Morrison and the Doors." At 12 o'clock at night, we were listening to the Doors. Anyway, that was number 2.
Oh my
So
gosh.
the Beatles, and then another Beatle. But the third one, which is right up there, was just 3 weeks ago. November the 14th, live from the Sky Dome in Toronto, Miss Taylor Swift.
Oh my God. It was so cool to see all the stuff that Toronto did to welcome the Swifties.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you make those friendship bracelets?
I'm going to show you, yes, one of them, sorry, I have to get them so that people can see.
Problem.
I don't know where you can see, but one of them says Taylor and the other says Degrassi.
Oh my God, that is so cute. And you made those? Like you put those together?
No, Degrassi was made by my niece, Erica, because I think Linda and I were the oldest people in the Sky Dome.
Oh my God.
But everybody else, Erica and her friend, they'd flown in.
I'm going to interrupt for a second. I think you've covered your mic on your phone.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. Okay, sorry. I heard Linda and Steven, or we were the oldest people there. That's what I heard.
Yes, and then Erica was 25, and her friend, Megan, who are from Seattle and Denver, they flew in. They knew every word and were sending everybody else in the place. I couldn't stay on my feet for 3.5 hours, but it was the most amazing experience you can imagine. That young woman is totally awesome.
That is incredible. That Elvis hat just came from Gabriella. Thank you for saying
Gabby.
Elvis hat in. That is so cool. I know. I was stoked to see this Degrassi Taylor Swift concert crossover. Do you have a favorite Taylor Swift song?
Yes. It's one of the very first she wrote. I think she was only 14 years old when she wrote it. It's called Our Song. And I don't know if you remember that one, but it's about she's riding in a car, listening to the radio, and she complains to her boyfriend that they don't have a favorite song. And he says, "Our song is the slamming screen door.
Sneaking out late.
Sneaking out back, yes. Tapping on your window."
That's incredible. Mine is I like that. Actually, mine is the song "Mine" that she sings. I think it's from the same era. I can't say that I'm a Swiftie, but because I feel such a deep sense of community in the Degrassi fandom, I always look at the Taylor Swift fandom and go, I want to be in there. Like whenever she releases a song and everybody records those videos of them listening and they freak out, I'm like, I want to know what she said. I want to know what's going on. But I think people probably would feel that way if they saw Degrassi fans reacting to a new promo. They'd be like, why is this a big deal? Why are we freaking out? Who's Eli? Feel the same way.
I suggested to Gabby, and if Gabby's still there and listening, I still think it's a good idea. You know that Taylor Swift video where she's singing a song and then suddenly this goat comes in?
Oh, yes.
And go, "Wah!"
Yes.
I think we should do that with one of my songs. Just it would sort of go on and
now you have to. Well,
Yeah.
you've got a whole group of people supporting you because, so in Canada, to go live on video, we needed to get you to 1,000 followers. So once Gabriella helped me arrange this, I was dead set, Stephen. We were going to get you on 1,000 so we could get you on here. And so there's 1,000 people who were dedicated to making sure that you could come on live tonight. So if you post that, they'll be stoked to see it.
Well, okay, so you will all know, and now, Gabby, we've got to figure it out. I mean, we don't have an official video for the album, but at least we could have the soundtrack from the
Yes.
goat.
Exactly. I'm going to ask one more Degrassi question, then we can find out about the album too. I saw a question go by. There's a few times in Degrassi, for example, Craig and Marco, maybe Peter and Riley, where the Degrassi actors have told us that they heard some rumors that their characters might be bisexual, and then those storylines didn't end up happening. Can you confirm for us, was Craig ever supposed to maybe dabble? Was Peter ever supposed to dabble?
I don't know. I mean, we could ask Linda the same question because I wasn't in the writer's room as much as Linda. I mean, I think you know that they used to keep me away from the writer's room so that the most of the time, unless it was a problem episode where I had to be called in early,
Mm-hmm.
when we would have the read through, which happened about 4 weeks before production, 3 to 4 weeks before production. And as you know, and as most everyone knows, unlike other television shows where the actors have read the script before they do the read through, our actors had not ever seen the script. It was face down in front of them. We'd turn on a stopwatch and they would just go and they'd turn it over. And whenever their character came up, they would just talk about it. And then we could talk about the script afterwards with them and find out, well, what did you feel as you were reading it? And it didn't matter if they stumbled over words or whatever. We just wanted their honest reaction. But also, it was my honest reaction. So after we've had the read through, we'd go into the writer's room and the writers would all turn to me because it was the first time I'd heard it all and say, what was it? And this is probably a useful thing in a number of areas. I had a rule for myself, which was I was limited myself to 3 comments. Meaning they had to be big comments. I couldn't complain about, the use of a word on page 38. That I had to make 3 big comments. And most of the time I just compliment them on the script, but I'd give them, I'd say, oh, in that scene, I found my attention wandering, and they'd go off and they appreciate it. Very rarely, I would have to say, guys, I'm sorry, it's a page 1 rewrite. I don't like the characters. I don't think they would do it that way. I don't understand the underlying theme. I'm very sorry. But they were amazing writers. They would go back and redo it. I forget how we got into this.
I had asked you this is funny. I had asked you if Marco or Peter might have.
Oh, yes. So during the writing process and really at the beginning of the year, all sorts of ideas are floated by. Mm-hmm. And people were not afraid to put out stupid ideas. Not to saying those were stupid ideas.
I get you. That's so funny.
But just whatever was coming out. Hey, maybe this. Hey, maybe that.
Yeah.
So there was all sorts of things that were discussed, but I'm not aware of those actually being really pursued.
Yeah, that's so valid. I wanted to ask that because, as we know, Degrassi is the reason that I came out of the closet. So I love learning about Degrassi, but learning about the queer history is the coolest thing ever. But Jamie Johnston, the way I had heard that was because Jamie Johnston actually one night was scrolling by. I go live with Evie on TikTok every single Tuesday. We talk about Degrassi. And Jamie Johnston was floating by and he popped in and we asked him a whole bunch of Degrassi questions. And we asked him that. We heard Peter might be bisexual. And he said, in his understanding, his character was going to go down that path and they just changed it. So very, very cool. Well, Stephen, the reason that we're here today is because you have a new album coming out. Can you tell us the name of your album and when it's coming out?
Well, it's mostly out now. In fact, I think due to a technological error, it may be out. The whole album may be out at midnight. Anyway, it's on Spotify and every other place that is there. Now, when we say an album, it's really an EP because it's really 3 songs. But one song is 9 minutes long, and I warn anybody who actually wants to listen to the entire thing, allow 9 minutes of your entire life to sort of disappear. Because it is a journey. It sort of makes sense if you listen to I'm sure you've listened to the whole thing. I'm sure Dave has listened to the whole thing. I don't know if Dave is on tonight.
Dave is here. Dave is in chat sending you love. He sent you a couple of gifts too.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, I sent you a half dozen copies of the album, but with the postal strike and everything like that, it'll probably be next week before they. Hopefully, they arrive
Yeah.
before.
Oh, I work at Canada Post, so I'm fully aware of everything
Good.
that's going on.
Good.
But thank you. Yes, I know Dave is really, really excited for that, and some of our moderators too. So thank you.
So, following up on the theme of if don't be afraid to do something crazy, or,
Yeah.
I had these dreams. I really believe in dreams. Um, I'm gonna take 60 seconds to tell this story because
Go for
it's
it.
a
Take
real
90.
story. There was a book that came out in 1927 called An Experiment with Time by a guy named J.W. Dunn. I was given a copy of this book when I was 16 years old, so that's like 60 years ago. And I was given it by a guy, he was an uncle of a friend of mine, who said that he had had a dream about, I'm going to make a very long story as short as I can, where he'd gone into this strange building and it turned out to be a library. And he went down 3 rows and over a bit, and there on the bottom shelf was this yellow book.
Mm.
And then a few days later, he was going down a different street and he saw a library there that he'd never been in. And he thought, I had that dream about a library. I think I'll go into that building. And he walked down 3 rows, went over, and sure enough, there was a yellow book. So he figured out how to become a member of the library and to draw the yellow book. And it was An Experiment with Time by J.W. Dunn.
Wow.
And so his theory is, and I've adopted it all my life, is that when we dream, of course, most of our dreams don't make any sense, and it's just the brain recalibrating itself. A lot of our dreams are wish fulfillment or fears or whatever.
Mhm.
But a lot of it, some of it anyway, comes from what's happened over the past 24 or 48 hours. And so if you saw a camel, maybe you'll dream about a camel. But he says you also dream about little things like that that will happen in the next 48 hours, like dreaming about finding a book in the library and going down and picking it up. So for all my life, and I won't go into it because it gets into, I think there's no question I've had dreams that could not be coincidence where I've dreamt something before it happened. So I've always loved dreams. I write down my dreams. About 18 months ago, I had a series of dreams where I was a singer and I would be singing songs, and it was the most natural thing. Obviously, I've been doing this all my life. The crowd loved me. And I'd wake up and I would have a melody in my head. And I finally got it together to write down the melody. And then I realized, oh, better still, I'll sing it into my iPhone. And so I would literally croak these little melodies into my iPhone. And then I had about 20 different melodies after, 6 months of dreaming. And I started to weave them together into Opus 42, Ode to Summer, which is sort of a story. It was odd trying to get all these different fragments together because they're all different.
Yeah.
But the main theme actually ties it together. And I like to say the main theme is summer comes and goes, but always comes back. And if we're lucky, love is the same. So it's about sort of a love affair or an almost love affair. Maybe it's an imagined love affair that ends at the end of summer. But it hasn't really ended because it's become a part of this person. And so to me, it's a very hopeful kind of song, even if it's 9 minutes and doesn't follow any of the rules of pop songwriting. So while we were in the studio with Will to do a demo tape of it, we thought, well, we've got some extra time. Let's do another couple of songs. So one of them, when I realized we would have this time, I had started writing a song for Linda 30 years ago. And the song was called Falling All Over Again. And I thought, I really should finish that song. I should write a middle eight to it. I should do some things. And then we've got some studio time. Why don't we record that song? And now it's one of my favorite songs of all. So it's the second song. And the third song actually has appeared in Degrassi. And I can't remember which episode. And you, being the sleuth you are, can figure out where it appeared. I think it was at a dance.
Okay.
And maybe I'm wrong that it wasn't Once in a Long Time that appeared in. Maybe it was a song called Maybe Your Heart. But I think once in a long time appeared in Degrassi. It would have been season 3, 4, or 5. And I think at a dance.
Okay, we're gonna find this.
Probably, if it was a dance, probably there was a fire or whatever. Somebody got raped. It's a typical Degrassi dance.
Yeah, there's guns everywhere. Yeah.
And it would have just been on in the background. But anyway, once in a long time, came out in Canada. Christopher Ward and he sang it. It was top 10 in Canada back in 1976.
Thank you, Nixon, for the train, by the way. That wasn't crazy. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
And so it was a hit back then. It wasn't a hit outside Canada. I thought, why don't we do a new recording, which has more of a Lizzo feel to it? And we thought that was the stupidest possible idea, and we laughed. But anyway, we did it. And it's not exactly Lizzo, but that's the third song. And so then I thought, okay, if I'm going to press some vinyl, I should have a B-side. I've only got 3 songs. Oh, I'll put my demo tape. This is me warbling into the computer in my dining room, doing the Opus 42 Ode to Summer, doing Falling All Over Again, and the original 50-year-old version of Once in a Long Time. So that's the entire album.
My God, you have a 9-minute song that came to you in a dream, a love ballad to your wife, and a song inspired or related to Lizzo.
Yes.
It's iconic. Also, thank you for the Galaxy Nixon. Oh yes, show us the album. Show it to us. Because I'm going to tell you guys something. You guys are going to be able to win a signed copy of this. Let me tell them about the giveaway, Stephen. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, a giveaway contest is going live on Stephen's GTA Instagram account. So almost the same username, at gta.rhythm section on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, I put it in my Instagram bio. I tried to make this so easy for everybody. But here is what you are going to win. You are going to win a copy of Stephen's album, which has a 9-minute dream song, a love ballad to Linda Schuyler, and a song inspired by Lizzo. There's going to be 5 people who can win that. You're also going to win a signed copy of Stephen Stohn's memoir, Whatever It Takes. Just to boast a little bit, this is what it looks like when it's signed. It's signed with love. There's also going to be a beach towel because this is a beachy love song. There's going to be a bucket hat. And one of those 5 winners is going to win a signed copy of the Degrassi Schools Out DVD. So tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, you guys are going to send some love to Stephen Stohn's Instagram account. I will be posting it up until the contest ends. Contest ends on December 31st. So basically, sign yourself up. And fun fact, if you follow Stephen's Instagram, not Stephen's Instagram, Stephen's GTA Instagram, you'll get double entry into the contest. So if you want to get Stephen Stohn's personal album, Love Letter to Linda Schuyler, inspired by Lizzo and a 9-minute dream, you can go to his Instagram. We did it. We're getting through all of our talking points. I would love, Stephen, to ask you, actually, well, first I should acknowledge what you said. I think it's incredible, your messaging that just like go for whatever you want, because Degrassi is a great show, but it doesn't have a lot of content creators. No one else has done what we're kind of doing here. And from me just being like, hey, I want to talk about Degrassi on the internet, I'm now sitting with the executive producer of my favorite TV show, got him to download TikTok, got him to show us his cats, and now we are here. So even if you have silly dreams that feel kind of dumb, tell them to other people and maybe they'll make them happen.
Yes.
That one's from Evie Piscini. Let me also take a moment to shout out everyone in the chat. I'm going to read off some names. Evie's here, Kat is here, Nicholas is here, Lily is here, Robert Blake, Emily, Falling Petals, Nick, I'm seeing a lot of the same names. Taylor is here, Gabby is here. Thank you guys for being here and being on our TikTok Live. Are you having fun on your first ever TikTok live stream?
I want to do it all the time.
Oh, good. Now we'll just be seeing you going live with Rocky.
Oh, yeah. I'll just see, there'll be so much of me. You won't be able to get rid of me.
They'll be like, Stephen's live again. Thank you. Well, Stephen, let me make sure I asked you. Oh, sorry, I'm all over the place. I got a bunch of notes here, but one question I wanted to ask you, because were hugely involved with the music at Degrassi, you're a music producer. If your album appeared in one moment on Degrassi, what do you think? Where do you think it would appear in the show? What's the vibe? What fits best?
Oh, it would definitely be a summer episode. So it probably would be in like season 10 when we were doing the boiling point.
Oh, the best season.
Yeah, I love that season. What's a good summer episode of season 10?
Oh, what do you guys think in chat? Do you guys have
I mean, we never went to the beach.
No.
Oh, you know where it would appear? It would be in the Hollywood episode, in the Hollywood special. And they be on the beach. Ellie'd be down there and her heart would be being broken. She'd be going out into the water. And then everybody would get together, and on top of the bus, they'd sing Falling All Over Again.
Well, now we need a Degrassi fan to take those moments and make a TikTok with Steven's brand new album and make that happen. That's iconic. Which Degrassi band do you think would do the best cover of your album?
I love Hell Hath No Fury. It wasn't a long-lasting band.
Mm-hmm. There's a purpose, though.
Yeah, but it was an authentic band.
Yeah. I love Hell Hath No Fury. That was great. I'm going to make sure I got everything. We got the giveaway tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. Actually, my last question for you. How does it feel to be on the other side of recording music now and recording your own thoughts and words?
Oh, no, it's fantastic. I mean, all my life, when I saw my first concert, the Beatles, mm-hmm. I walked away from that knowing that I wanted to be in the music arena. I mean, I wanted to be a rock star was the truth. Mm-hmm. And I've been in music all my life. I mean, as a lawyer, I've helped literally hundreds of artists get recording deals and go on and do some pretty amazing things. Mm-hmm. As the executive producer of the Juno Awards, which is Canada's Grammy, which I was doing for almost 20 years, I was involved very much with the music and the selection of music and what went on. Mm-hmm. And in Degrassi, that was the one area that I got absolutely involved in. And I don't know if people know or may or may not be interested in the process for putting the music into the show, but we would get a rough cut, meaning it wasn't a locked picture, and there was all sorts of things that still had to be done, but it was close enough to the final version of an episode. Yeah. And we go in and sit down with the composers and with the music supervisor and just watch it and then make notes and say, no, this scene needs something to lift it. It needs a music of a certain, it's a bit bittersweet, and yet there's a hopeful note to it. And we say, okay, we'll do that. And we go through the entire episode making notes and saying, this is a point where we could use an outside song. It could, be uplifting. And then we'd come back the next week, and the music supervisor would have a bunch of songs that he had for, it was he and she, was both of them at the time, that they'd selected for those areas. And the Jim McGraw and Tim Welch would have come up with some score for those sections. Anyway, we would work on, then we'd go back again and again, and then we'd say, Jim would always look over to me, and I think, Jocelyn, as you know, I'm a crier, so I cry very easily. And if there was a sad part of Degrassi, Jim would have written this piece that would, bring out emotion. And while we were listening to it, he would, out of the corner of his eye, he'd look at me. And if I wasn't crying, he'd go, no, I'm going to redo it. And if I was crying, he'd go, okay, I nailed it.
Oh, that is so cute.
And then we go into the sound mix, where you mix the music together with the sound effects and with some of the re-recorded voices, the ADR, we call it, of some of the actors, and mix it all together. And those were some of the fun times of my life. We used to, because even the tiniest little change can make so much difference to an episode. People don't realize how powerful sound can be. And I just loved it. And then at the end of, we did this for, 500 episodes, but at the end of every one, we had this running joke that, what we had done had saved the picture. It was a complete mess, but we came in and we saved the picture. And then we'd go off with smiles on our faces.
I love that. Well, one of my favorite stories that you share, which is in Whatever It Takes, which you can win on our giveaway contest tomorrow on Steven's account, is the story of the, oh my gosh, Time Stands Still. I almost said Time of Your Life. Time Stands Still, the reason that you chose the motion, the music for the end of that.
Yes, Rooftops by Melissa McClelland, and you should Google it or YouTube it and listen to it. Yeah.
And what we'll do is we won't share that story here because we're gonna tease it. If you enter the contest tomorrow on Steven Stohn's Instagram, you will be able to read the story about how he chose the music for probably the most impactful episode of Degrassi. One of the questions that I saw go by, which is something I actually don't know the answer to, was from Jacqueline. She said, why did the Degrassi theme song change to a instrumental only in those middle seasons there?
That is a very good question. Now, we always had an instrumental version available, and sometimes under the tail credits, we'd run the instrumental version. I think we just got to a point where somebody, and it wouldn't have been me, said, well, we've done the Jackalope version, we've done the Stoods version, we've done other things. Maybe we should just do something a little bit different and just go with... it wouldn't have been my choice because I think the lyrics are so important.
yeah, and they're your lyrics.
And we would have realized the error of our ways and gone back to
yes,
a version with lyrics.
I appreciate the instrumental, but the singing along to the theme song is one of the best parts of the show. Steven, so technically I was only going to keep you until 7 p.m. I want to ask if you have 15 more minutes since I made us go through a technical jargon there. I have two more goals that I'd like to accomplish. I'd like to quiz you on Degrassi trivia, see who knows more, the executive producer or the fans. And I'd like to have at least maybe like 2 people come on and be able to ask you a question. Do you honestly have time for that though?
I will do that, but also I guarantee you that everyone on this call, with the exception of me, will be able to answer whatever trivia question you ask, because my memory, I mean...
I believe in you. I believe in you.
Okay. So ask away.
Okay, perfect. The way that we're going to play this is I'm going to ask a trivia question to the executive producer of Degrassi, Steven Stohn. See who remembers more, you or Steven. So get your fingers ready, get your chats ready. We're going to see who remembers the best. This one, I think you'll know this one. I think you'll know this. Which Canadian singer plays the principal in Jay and Silent Bob's fictional movie, Jay and Silent Bob Go Canadian A?
Oh, yes. Now, I do know that, so I won't answer it right away if you don't want me to.
No problem. You're getting a hang of TikTok. What we'll do is I'm going to shout out the people in chat who have got it right. Amber knows it. Also, Amber was the one with the Beatles question, and he answered it, so we'll have to watch the replay of this. Jeffrey's got it.
By the way, a little piece of trivia. I met that principal when she was only 15 years old. As a lawyer. Now, I wasn't acting for her, but I was acting for somebody who was working with her. And she came in, she'd just done this video where she was in a fountain in Paris, and she was flying down to LA, and she had not become the famous person that she became.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that is so cool. I have more questions to ask you too. And I'm going to say a shout out to Amber, Kimmy, Andrew, Jeffrey, Kat, Alia, Robert, Lindsay, Nixon, and thank you for the gifts, Nixon. Megan is here, Aria, Tina, Vals, Jeanette, Taylor, Madison. Okay, I got a lot of names there. Taylor got it. One thing I've always wanted to ask is, Alanis Morissette is, Steven, Steven, actually, let me ask this. Which Canadian singer plays the principal in Jay and Silent Bob fictional movie?
Yes, it is Alanis Morissette. And by the way, we didn't have the principal up until the last moment. And
this is what I wanted to know.
And Kevin Smith called Alanis. She was in Los Angeles. And he said, could you come up for Friday morning or whatever? And she said, well, I can't because on the Thursday, I'm doing this thing in LA and I have to be in Vancouver. And then she called him back half an hour later and she said, I could take the red eye. And if we can shoot in the morning, I could pick up a flight in the afternoon and get out to Vancouver in time. And she did it. What a trooper.
That's incredible. Was there a reason? Okay, this was my question before I spoiled the answer here. Is that she is one of the most famous people, especially out of Canada. And in the show, they never actually confirm this is Alanis Morissette. The same way it's this is Fifi Dobson, this is Natasha Bedingfield. What was the reason for not being we have a huge mega superstar on our show?
I don't know. It was Kevin's. Kevin was driving it all. Kevin Smith, who, by the way, is one of the funniest people on the planet. But when the camera is turned off, he's actually very shy. He's a really thoughtful, sweet, wonderful guy. And I mean, he's a huge Degrassi fan, as you know.
Yes.
But no, it was just, there's this person coming in, and it'll be like an Easter egg for fans who know.
That is so cool. It works out for me because it's one of the main trivia questions that I use because some people watched it and had no idea it was even a celebrity cameo. They just thought it was some person. It's incredible. Yeah. I'll do the rest of my live in front of my Jay and Silent Bob Go Canadian poster to work it out. Another trivia question for you. Ooh, I'm going to ask you to finish the lyrics to this. I'm going to sing you a Degrassi song, and we're going to see if you or the chat can finish the lyrics. Also, you both got a point for that one. Okay, I'm going to sing it. I can't pretend to forgive and forget. Gonna make the day you met me. Do you know the rest of the lyrics, Stephen?
Hell hath no fury.
It is Hell hath no fury, but what were their lyrics? You know.
Oh my God.
I'll say them again. I can't pretend to forgive and forget. Gonna make the day you met me. Chat knows it. Chat already got it. They're flying.
I mean, if I were finishing the line, it would be a day you regret. But...
Yes! It is.
Oh, it is.
It is.
But I was just inventing that. Well, obviously, it was in the back of my mind somewhere.
I love that. The chat got it and you made it up. Yes, I can't pretend to forgive and forget. Gonna make the day you met me a day you regret, which is the Hell Hath No Fury song. Good job. Well, you get bonus creative points for that because you made up your own lyrics. Right. I love that. Okay, this one's a two-parter. It might be a little harder. We'll see what your memory is. The grown-ups on The Next Generation, Joey, Jeremiah, and Snake, who were in the Zit Remedy, as we know, helped Degrassi kids with their own high school bands in TNG. What band does Joey help with, and what band does Snake help with? So first we'll start with Joey, which might be the easiest one. What band does Joey help in Degrassi Next Generation? Help might be a loose term.
Well, I don't know the answer, so while people are answering, I'll just sort of muse out loud. It must have been Craig doing something.
Yes. Yes. And what was the name of Craig's band?
Oh.
Steven. You know this. It was almost called The Lonely Yeti.
You're quite right. It was almost called The Lonely Yeti.
Yeah.
I remember that. No?
Do you remember what they were actually called? Chat knows it. Aria's got it. Robert, Kalia. Remember the name of Craig's band? You can peek at chat if you want to cheat a little bit.
No, I do not remember Craig's band name.
That's okay. Craig's band was called Downtown Sasquatch.
Well, of course it was called Downtown Sasquatch. Everybody knows that.
Well, remember Joey, whenever he finds out that Craig's putting a band together, he's spending too much time in the garage, and then he accidentally leaves his camera recording whenever the boys start talking about him and saying, he's got to get in here. Who cares about the Zit Remedy?
Right. Yeah.
This one's going to be probably even harder then. Snake also helps the Degrassi band with their music. I'll give you a hint that it's very early, and he helps them with a synthesizer. Oh, we'll see if chat knows. Chat might not even know. I'll read the question again because some people from chat might not have heard the question. The grown-ups on Degrassi, Joey, Jeremiah, and Snake, who are in the Zit Remedy, each help the Degrassi The Next Generation kids with their own bands. What band does Snake help with? Oh, we might have even stumped the chat. Oh, yeah. Steven, do you know? Sometimes I See Stars has the idea here. I will tell you the answer. The band has gone through many names. 2 girls on a keyboard, 3 girls on a keyboard. But I was looking for the band PMS.
Yeah.
Do you remember what PMS stands for?
It ends with Sex Kittens.
Mm-hmm. PM's the easiest part.
I don't know what the M stands for. Paige?
Yes, you do. What's her last name?
Oh, Paige Mickelchuk and the Sex Kittens.
Yes. See, they are going to him because Ashley has written like a sad, dreary kind of song, and they need help getting it set up. And Mr. Simpson, the computer guy, is helping them with the Zits, and he sings the Zit Remedy theme song, and they don't love it.
By the way, I have a trivia question for you. There is a member of a famous band who was never identified as being from the band, who played a music teacher on Degrassi.
Oh, yeah.
You've got that.
I know this one. Well, let's see if the chat knows it. There is a music teacher on Degrassi who is, again, like Alanis, was a celebrity cameo that was never identified. Yes, Chelsea knows it. We'll remember to identify it. Peter's music teacher, Sav's music teacher. Does anyone know who he is and what band he's from? I do.
And the group actually became probably most famous, although they had some hit records around the world, for doing the theme song to The Big Bang Theory.
Yes, they did. We have some people in chat. Chelsea knows it. Aria got it. Amber said what Chelsea said, so then Amber gets it. The answer is Ed Robertson, who was in The Bare Naked Ladies. I feel proud. Do you have any other Degrassi music trivia you want to try to stump us with? Anything coming to mind?
Who wrote the song that plays at the beginning and the end of the holiday episode, which is the Christmas episode. And at the very end, as Caitlin and Joey are kissing, and it says that Christmas comes true. And by the way, I'll tell you a little story about that episode.
Yeah.
We shot it in the middle of August, and it was so hot, there was a complete blackout for 4 days in northeastern North America, August 14th, 2003, I think.
Oh my God.
And at the very beginning, so it's a Christmas episode, we knew in February we were going to be shooting a Christmas episode, but we had no script for it.
Yeah.
So we got Craig and Ashley to walk through the snow in our backlot where the trees are. And to walk, we said, now walk through looking angry. Now walk through feeling happy. And now let's go down and make snow angels in the snow. And we had no idea what it would be used, but that's the opening to the holiday episode, under which an instrumental version of this song plays.
Oh.
And then at the very end, it's almost like a Casablanca moment as they're waiting for the plane. And Joey, one of them's going off. Joey or Caitlin is going off. And they have a kiss. And the singer is going, let's have ourselves a Christmas. And the song was written by Stephen Stohn.
You're the answer. I should have guessed. I was like, I wonder if it's him. That is so cool.
It was me and Jim McGraw and Jody Calero. Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah. Who else from the Degrassi world is collaborating with you on your new album?
Well, Jim McGraw, who did so much of the score on Degrassi, has done all the orchestral arrangements. He's fantastic. Oh, and by the way, the singer, I should have mentioned this, on the 9-minute song that is all about summer and love and beach and all of that, the singer is a guy named Matt Jardine, and he is the son of original Beach Boy Al Jardine. And in fact, he played with the Beach Boys for a long while. So it was a thrill to get him to do not only the trademark Beach Boy lead vocal song, he did the background vocals as well. There's these incredible harmonies.
That is incredible. What a really, really cool connection. I love that. And now when I watch that holiday episode too, now I'm going to keep that in mind. And my moderator, Nicholas, pointed out that we have these Degrassi watch parties all the time during themed eras specifically. And we are watching Holiday on the Degrassi Kid Discord this weekend. So now we'll be able to tell everybody who goes to that event that's Stephen Stohn.
Yes.
Amazing. I got 2 more trivia questions for you, but I want to tell chat, we're going to try to make time for at least 2 people to come on and ask Stephen a question. So what I'm going to have you do while we're playing, you should see a button down here that says plus guests. If you click on that, it'll let me know that you're one of the people who want to come on. And then when our trivia is done, we'll ask 2 questions and then we'll say goodnight to Stephen. Okay, so click that button and it'll let me know that you're one of the people who want to come on. But first, we have 2 more trivia questions for Stephen. One of them I know that you'll know. Who does Ellie find eating ketchup chips with Craig?
Yeah.
You have to, it's in the Degrassi Goes Hollywood movie. Who does Ellie Nash find eating ketchup chips with Craig? They're 2 celebrity musical cameos. Matt knows it.
Pete Wentz.
Yes. Do you know the band he's from?
Fall Out Boy.
Yeah. Do you remember the second? Chat knows it.
And it was his girlfriend who had a career on her own, named...
I Believe in You. Or if you know her band title, we'll take it.
No, it's gone from me.
That is okay. Caitlin knows it. Colin knows it. Aaliyah knows it. Cassidy Pope from Hey Monday.
Cassidy Pope, yes.
Okay, Stephen, this last trivia question I have for you. You have to know it because you're a part of the answer. In the episode, Throwback Thursday, Degrassi's 500th episode, which legendary behind-the-scenes creatives from Degrassi make up a 4-piece band who make a cameo?
Well, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I think Phil Earnshaw, who was he was a cameraman right from the very, very beginning of Degrassi, and then directed a lot of the episodes. He may have directed that episode as well. I'm wondering if Jan Moore was one of them, because he was one of the original writers on Degrassi. I don't know whether he was.
You got it, yeah.
And if there was a 4th, I'm not remembering who the 4th was.
You may be related to him through marriage.
Michael Bucket?
Michael Bucket was the other member of the 4-piece band. Michael Bucket, Stephen Stohn, Jan Moore, and Philip Earnshaw were the 4-piece band in Throwback Thursday. And I'll tell you, Stephen, because you're good. You know how you're supposed to tell people your dreams and they help you make them happen? I don't know if Philip would ever be up to it, but Philip Earnshaw is the one person for my podcast that I want to ask him questions. So if you're ever chatting with him and he's, open to being a podcast guest, I would love to pick his brain someday.
You're on. We'll do it.
Yes. My two big guests that I will feel like I have 3 people that I feel like I will have like won the Degrassi lottery if I get them. Lauren Collins, Monroe Chambers, and Philip Earnshaw. So if I get one of those, I'll surprise those. All right. Are you okay if we invite someone on to ask you a Degrassi question?
Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to just go click random. We're going to start here. This is if she accepts Megan St. John. We'll see if we can get her on here. Megan?
Hi.
Hi, Megan. Where are you calling in from? Where in the world?
Morro Bay, California.
Oh,
okay.
Megan.
It sounds like a beach kind of thing. It sounds like someone who should be listening to the Opus.
I love it. Megan, what's your question?
Situation to listen to it.
What's your question for Stephen?
If there was Degrassi going on right now, what music would you like for it to be in the episodes? Is there any top songs right now?
Let me answer a second part of the question that you didn't ask, is what kind of themes would we be doing? And it very much would be this whole sense, and it doesn't matter whether you're on the left or the right, of being judgmental of the other side and saying, no, people should be like me. No, people should be able to be themselves. They should be able to have conversations and say, oh, you believe that? Well, I don't believe that, but let's carry on. And so I think that would be the central theme of the and so I'm trying to think of somebody who does that. I mean, of course, I would want my idol Taylor Swift to be to be part of it, because and partly because to me she represents everything we should strive for. And I don't mean success, and I don't mean being able to write good songs. I just mean being generous and open-hearted and kind, and being able to laugh at yourself.
I agree.
So, yeah.
I love that. Thank you, Megan. And
thank you so much.
Are you going to enter the giveaway contest on Instagram tomorrow?
Yes, I will.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Megan.
Thanks, Megan.
All right, we'll see who else we get. And as a reminder for anyone who wants to come on, you'll see a plus guest button down here. If you click that, I'm just going to scroll and tap on somebody to come on. I saw Chelsea. Chelsea, I'm going to click you. You were in chat asking. I think this is the Will Bose fan, if I remember correctly. Let's see if we get Chelsea. Chelsea, where are you chatting from?
Hi, everyone. I'm from London, Ontario.
Ooh, and what's
Hey,
your
Chelsea.
question for Stephen?
Hi. Hi there. So I was wondering how you got into contact with Will Bose.
Yes. Well, Will was actually he was working with us. He was part of the social media campaign. He was helping to shoot behind the scenes webinars. And so I don't remember how he came in, but he had been recommended at a very young age to come in. And he was just great at what he did. And he had some acting experience. And now he's going on. He's actually, directing TV episodes. He's working with Linda on a documentary. He's got his own feature film. He's fantastic. And here is a piece of trivia that nobody here will know the answer to. Except you, Chelsea. Who is the one person in the entire history of Degrassi who actually is related to the original Colonel Degrassi, who had 2 daughters, and after whom the Degrassi Street is named in Toronto? And the answer is Will Bose.
Oh,
That's
wait.
crazy.
That's not in his IMDb at all.
I've checked IMDb.
And
he didn't even realize it. It was his mother who said, "Oh, and Will, that we're related." And Will was going, "What? We're related?" She said, "Who do you think that picture is when you go down the stairs? You've seen that picture every day. That's Colonel Degrassi."
Oh my gosh.
That is incredible. Chelsea, thank you for the question. Are you going to enter Stephen's giveaway tomorrow?
Perhaps, yes. Thank you for your time, everyone. Have a great night.
Okay,
Bye.
thanks,
Thank you, Chelsea. For everyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern on Stephen's Instagram at gta.rhythm section, he's giving away a copy of his album. He's going to be giving away a signed copy of his book and Degrassi school's in. Do you have time for a couple more? I don't want to keep you.
Actually, no, I should run because I promised Linda that we'd actually have some dinner.
I love that. Will you say hi to Linda for us?
I will indeed. Yes.
Awesome. Stephen, thank you so much for coming in. Now is the time in chat for everybody to send your love. This was the coolest experience ever.
Well, thank you so much. It's wonderful. And I will say Merry Christmas to everyone. And by Merry Christmas, I mean translated into whatever religion or non-religion anybody has. It just comes from the bottom of my heart. You guys are all the best. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas to everyone and to all a good night.
Amazing. Merry Christmas, Stephen. Happy holidays. I'm going to take care of disconnecting you so you don't have to worry. But we hope you guys enjoy your holidays. And again, thank you so much for downloading TikTok, going through all this, and spending an hour and 20 minutes with us tonight. That is huge.
Okay. I've loved it. Thank you so much, Jocelyn.
Bye.
Okay.